Back with another video. Today we got how my happy new life began. We gonna hear about this boy, Sergey. He felt insecure since he was a child, okay? He asked God to help him find purpose in life, and his prayer was answered just 2 hours later. Damn! God came through with that Amazon Prime delivery on that prayer. Let's see.
I've been an insecure and reserved person since childhood.
With that hairline, my nigga? I see
When
why.
I finished school, my report said that I was unable to express myself, and that I had a limited vocabulary. These words injured my already low self-esteem. So I started to wonder, what am I living for?
Damn, my nigga.
During my teenage years, I began to drink alcohol.
Typical.
Life seemed meaningless to me.
This the typical...
I felt depressed
Hold on, let me
started to have suicidal thoughts. When I was around 20, I became obsessed with hard rock. This music really charged me with energy. I loved its roughness and rapidness. It whipped me into a frenzy.
It whipped me into a frenzy? You ever heard anybody say some shit remotely close to that? What the fuck does that mean? It whipped me into a frenzy. But man, get the fuck out of here with that shit. Look, this is the typical ass fucking pre-J-Dub story that gets you to become a J-Dub, right? Because it's like, this nigga going through shit. Like, my nigga, just focus on yourself, dog. And all that bullshit would have slid. You talking about it whipped me into a frenzy. I love this rough and rappiness. So they just painting rock to be like the worst shit. Like, oh, if you listen to this, like, it's gonna have these effects on you. Like, you need to get a hold of your mind. And that's J-Dubs, when you have a vulnerability that they can play on, that's when they get you. Somebody that's secure and confident in themselves, it's not gonna appeal to them because you can't control a person like that. I'm gonna let it rock before I get too deep.
In time, I became rude and aggressive. I often quarreled with those close to me.
And look, that's because he was listening to rock, right? The fucking corrupted his mind. That's what the J-Dubs would say.
This, of course, did not bring me happiness. I started to have suicidal thoughts again, but serious ones this time. The only thing that stopped me was the thought that my mom would not survive it. I tried to take my mind off these thoughts, and I began to want to do something for God. For the first time in my life, I poured out my heart to God in prayer. I asked Him to help me find my purpose in life. Just 2 hours later, Jehovah's Witnesses knocked on my door and offered a Bible study.
Oh, he got set up.
That's how my new happy life began. Although it wasn't easy for me, I got rid of everything that was related to hard rock and alcohol.
See? Because hard rock and alcohol, look at the shape of this nigga's head. He just had a lot going on. But anyway, because of hard rock and alcohol, right, those were the two things that kind of led him down that course of being rude and aggressive and having suicidal thoughts. Like, whatever, they just played into that shit so much. If it's not produced from the JW headquarters, or if it's not a product of them, they don't want you fucking with it because it's gonna corrupt your mind like this shit.
I thought that I would never be able to tell others about my faith. At the same time, however, I understood that people needed to hear about it. But to my surprise, my preaching gave me confidence. It also strengthened my faith. Now I have a good family. I'm happy that I've been able to help people, including my sister and mom, to learn the truth from the Bible.
Oh, you fucked him up.
Throughout my life as a Christian, Jehovah's words at Hebrews 13:5 have greatly supported me. I will never leave you, and I will never abandon you.
Okay, that's wild. It's so many people that's fucked up. It's so many people going through some real shit. They saying the fuck out of this. I will never leave you, and I will never abandon you. It's people begging for that. That's not getting no shit. But see, this nigga was going through rock music, alcohol. He lacked confidence, so then he had suicidal thoughts, and he became mad and aggressive. He wasn't happy. Okay. And then he pours his heart out in prayer, witnesses knock on his door, right? And he thinks that's a sign. Okay, cool. You know, if that's what makes you happy, if that's what you truly believe in, great. You know what I mean? Like, whatever. But religion, specifically, teaches people to rely on something outside of themselves. It doesn't teach you to be dependent. Religion doesn't want you to be dependent, because the day you become dependent, you know you have strength inside you, and you can't control somebody that's dependent. Religion is all about control, and these niggas have to go outside of themselves. Like, he couldn't have done this. He couldn't have changed his life without the witnesses. Like, my nigga, you could have just fucking focused on your shit and got it together. And so, these vulnerabilities get played on. These niggas become deep into the organization, right? And control takes over, and you don't even know it. Brainwash starts taking over, you don't even know it. You just feel like you start cutting off family members. You stop doing shit that you done did your whole life. Like, it just slowly creeps in there, and you think you're doing it for God. And then they got you. Let me get back to this shit.
And he didn't abandon me, even when I did not know him.
Okay, yeah, right.